Hi everyone, welcome to a quick sponsor. So I've partnered with Psychic Source and this is an amazing platform. So they only hire 2% of psychics, which means everybody on this platform is very good at what they do, and they've done over 10 million readings. So YouTube Tarot is great and TikTok, but if you're looking to speak to somebody directly and quickly, then this is what you want to be doing. They're doing deals at this time. If you sign up in the link below, you get 10 minutes for 30 minutes, you get 5 minutes for 20 minutes, I hope I'm saying this correctly, and you get 3 minutes for 10 minutes. So you get 3 minutes and you can try different psychics and test it for yourself. But it's just an amazing platform if you want to speak to honest, really, really good people. In other words, you can see here they're just normal people. You know, just normal, cool people. There's men, there's women. They do phone reads, they do chat reads, they do video reads, which is awesome because it's what you feel comfortable with. So maybe you don't want to speak to someone face to face, but you'd like to call somebody. It's for men, it's for women, it's for everybody. So check it out in the description box below. I'm very picky. People know this. They've known me for a long time. I'm very careful with who I endorse, but I do believe that this is a great platform. It's been featured in the news. It's awesome. So check it out in the description box below.
Hi Gems, welcome to your June read. Okay, so welcome to my office. So I thought I'd bring a different vibe. Okay, so I did do an outside read for years, but then I just didn't upload it. I'm terrible like this. I'll do content and I don't upload it. I will put it up for the members, so if you want to see it, I'll pop it in the member because there's 2 of them. Okay, if you want to book a read, it's below. There's boss deals, there's divine reads, there's lots of stuff in the description box below if you want to speak to me face to face, if you want to book a read. I've also been really sick, so bear with me. Like the video, comment, I do appreciate it. Let me know what you think of the vibe. Do we like it? Do we not like it? So some of you Geminis right now, I do have to say it off the bat, I feel like you are under the weather, similar to myself. But some of you right now, you feel like your power is really being tested. So it just feels like things are not working out. Some of you might feel like it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Because we do have the Sun card reversed. So we did talk in the other read previously about someone who's moving against your destiny. So I do think that some of you Geminis, what is happening is not random. There is actively sabotage. It could be self-sabotage or it could be saboteurs. So this is people who actively move in the shadows. Make of that what you will. But some of you are kind of sensing that, you're feeling that, you're like, this is not just me. Like, there's no way that this much shit happens, you know. Some of you with the 4 of Wands reversed, it's just you're around people who just don't support you. They don't want to. That's what it is. Like, the 4 of Wands reversed is just either people who are not like you or people who are not supportive. Maybe they just leech. But the 4 of Wands is exactly that. The 4 of Wands upright is where people come together. Everybody pulls the weight, from the cook to the gardener to the painter. Everybody's pulling the weight in aim of a common goal. That's not happening in your life. Now, the 10 of Swords also came up for you. So the 10 of Swords can also be just feeling like really in that dark place. So this is like psychologically, you are just in that dark place. Like, you're just like, I can't take much more of this. So it could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be an identity you're living out. What does Gemini most need to know at this time? Do you? I think the message here is the world is a cycle that's completed. Like, the world for me is the universal, it's the cycles of life, but it's also, there's 2 messages here. There's an old identity, an old world, an old life that's over. You can't live there anymore. The 4 of Wands reverse could be a message that some of you need to leave a home. So for example, if you've been through a lot of hard times in a home, or you've lost a person in that home, or you've been through a lot of tragedy, I highly recommend move. A lot of people don't because they say, but I've got memories here. It's like, that's kind of the problem. Just because you're leaving for fresh energy Doesn't mean you're giving up on the memories of the person or the past, but you need newness. So some of yous, you're in a home, and that's the problem. Because the Four of Wands reverse would be either a community or a home that's not conducive to the well-being or the world you want to create. So, but there's two messages at this time: to protect your world, to focus on yourself. I think some of you, the world is making you crazy. The way people act, could be family, could be friends, it could just be general strangers. You need to protect yourself now. Okay, tell me one message where Gemini is blocks. Ten of Cups. Okay, so this is one area where you're sabotaging yourself. The other side of the coin is maybe some of you are keeping too much to yourself. And Rome wasn't built in a day, and it wasn't built by one person. So maybe the problem here is you're too isolated. Maybe you need to work on your perspective. Maybe even though you've been betrayed previously, it's time to build a new community. I feel like some of you kind of feel like people bring no value. But that's not all people. It's the people you've known, or it's the people you know. It doesn't mean it's all people. So some of you definitely, I understand why you're doing what you're doing, because when you've experienced that, you want to protect yourself. But again, maybe you are actually blocking your blessings, because remember when I was doing the cards, they were blocked. You're blocking love, you're blocking community, you're blocking the new life. Some of you, what's going to make you very happy is love, family. So in other words, going into partnership, building a family. Where are you sabotaging yourself? You're trying to change people who've shown who the fuck they are. They're not your family. Go watch the other reads on the membership. They're not your family. And this is the problem. Some of you are trying to keep certain people around you, or it doesn't work. Geminis need to wake up now. I started the video and it came out as the Page of Swords. You need to wake up now and see the world for what it is. See people for what they are. I don't care what excuses people make out here. People know exactly what the fuck they are doing. I swear now, they know. And if they don't, you're too grown, you're too intelligent, and you're too educated to be dealing with people who just don't have standard manners, don't know how to show fair exchange or respect. Gemini, you can't, right? So I think it's you. Maybe it's the way you're looking at the world. Maybe it's, you got to stop now. Tell me something good that is coming for Gemini, because we need something good. Done. Oh, the best thing about Gemini is people will say that we do not care. Gemini cares more than most people. But I promise you this, and this is also for cross-watchers, when we are done caring, you're going to know. You're going to know. Because we either care with everything, or we do not care at all. 10 of Wands, done. Okay, you're dropping people, you're done. Okay, so what's good is coming for Gemini. The other side of the coin is you are being tested, because with the World card coming out, and the message you need at this time is, even though you feel like you're being destroyed, the 10 of Swords is some of you feel betrayed, some of you feel like it's over. It's not. All this has had to happen to take you to the new world, to take you to the place you're meant to be, which is not with these people, which is not in this community, it's not in this job. Gemini is trying to sit at the table of matrix people and have a conversation. I feel like Gemini is like, we like pain a little bit. We're like, oh, I'll take that challenge on of trying to change idiots. It's like, why? Okay? So I feel like the message here with Gemini is, and again, some of yours, I do feel like I'm speaking to the Geminis who right now, the life just feels like it's falling apart. You feel like you can't get a grip. You feel like things are not working out. Gemini, it's happening for you. People are being removed. People are exposing themselves. People are betraying you. It's happening for you because you deserve so much better. But you need to some of the most difficult times to have faith is when we're in fear of certain things, right? Or things are being stripped away from us, or maybe things are not working out for us. But the world is the new world you're going to, okay? So tell me more for the sign of Gemini, please. Eight of Swords. So there could be binding work that's going on. So we did talk about this, and I think it's important because we live in a world full of like cuckoos, the freaks. I'm not joking. So this is another message at this time. I think there is genuinely good people. I do. I believe humanity is, I believe it's kind of like the demons, the angels, and everything is going on at the same time now. But there is absolute freaks now, and I'm not being a bitch when I say it. You go outside, you only have to see her. You spend a bit of time around people, you only have to see her. You pick it up energetically. There is a message for Gemini that somewhere where you are is because you've ignored this. You've give people the benefit of the doubt when it was obvious. Your body was telling you, the signals were there, the data was there. You got to stop now. Okay? So you got to be resourceful now. I'm sitting by a tree, and then there was a piece of tree, and I brought the tree over so I can put this camera on here, and I've made myself a tripod with the tree. Okay, so that's another message for Geminis who are stuck in the shears. You need to get creative. You're going to have your moments. The Page of Swords can be somebody who also is acting out a bit, and I think it's fair. I think you're coming from a wounded place. I think you feel hurt, but you need to be cautious at this time. Some of you need to maybe do a karma cleanse, maybe do an energy cleanse. Be careful who you're sharing information with. I feel like some of you have got someone in your life, or you've got people in your life, and they play with your mind. They know that you're a deep thinker, and they're using your own mind and your own fears against you. You need to dissect conversations now and see if the people in your life are building you for the better, or if you kind of get a sense. In other words, you need to listen more than you speak. Because I feel like there's someone in your life for some of you, or there's some people, and they're kind of getting inside your head, and I feel like it's just making the situation much worse. But that's how people play against Gemini. They want us in our head. They want us overthinking. They want us over-analysing. Right? So let me see what else. There's people in the background. Okay, so let me see what else I can see. Some of you could also feel like that. Some of you could also feel like every time you sit down to do something, every time you feel like you could go to the corner of the earth, but there's going to be someone there blocking you or obstructing you. There's that sense, right? So coming back to what we were talking about, which is the lesson of people, right? In other words, you've had some painful lessons, you've been betrayed, you've been left for dead, some of you, but that's what you're going to use as your armour moving forward. You're going to listen, you're going to speak, because Mercury and Gemini now gives us a powerful voice. I've been noticing this with me when I talk to people. They're like, what? In the street, whatever, they're kind of like, wow, So Gemini's got a powerful voice right now, especially if it's to the right people. But you're going to listen. And the other side of the coin is some Geminis are going to have to accept the old self has got to die. You've got to give up on certain connections. You've got to look at your habits. You've got to do it. Death. Don't make it up. I'm just the messenger. Death. So what I'm getting for Gemini is the more that you cling to the old self, to old people, to old narratives, the worse your life's going to get. The other side, the coin, is some of you need to heal your inner child and your unconscious. Because your inner child is acting out, and some of you are living from your unconscious identity, from what your parents have given you, from what society has projected onto you. You're not living from who you are. Right? Who you are as a divine self is ridiculous, but you're not living from that person. You're living from your unconscious habits, your unconscious beliefs. You're meant to be wealthy. So I'd say with these two being back to back, the message is some of you are living, remember that Five of Pentacles, in poverty, but it's because that's been dipped into you. Remember the Eight of Swords? The Eight of Swords is this person standing there whispering something to this woman, and she's overanalyzing and she's overthinking. But all it is other people trying to drip into you what they want for you and what they want to create in your identity. The Death card. Some of you, by ending a job, by building a new community, you're going to make a lot of wealth. The Nine of Pentacles is a lot of money. Okay, let's see what else we can see. Knight of Pentacles. So, the Knight of Pentacles can be a message that right now, life kind of feels boring. You've got to kind of go down. What's that? You don't know how much I've been suffering. I've had the worst cough, like bad. So the Knight of Pentacles is when we go back to like the mundane. So I feel like there's a message here that you need to attend to the like boring stuff. But by attending to the boring stuff, by being disciplined, by writing things down, by getting, doing the shit you don't necessarily want to do, that's where the good stuff is going to come. Any other messages that Gemini needs to know at this time? So on my website, there is the Divine Messages and it's half price. There's other deals as well. There's amazing reads on my website in the description. I've also got an endorsement with some of the best psychics in the world. You'll see it at the end of the video. So check it out if you want to speak to someone. Some of you Gemini, that's what you need to do. You need to speak about your childhood. You need to speak about the stuff in your unconscious. You need someone who's able to see your blind spots. Sometimes Gemini is intelligent, but you try to do everything by yourself. You can't see you the way other people can see you. Obviously, it's imperative that the people you work with are decent and ethical. And a lot of them are not, because they want the bag, they want the clicks. But, like I said, I don't ever endorse anything that's not genuine. That psychic site is genuine. And it's all different teachers. They do energy. They do everything. Okay? And you can also speak to me. And my reputation speaks for itself. The other side of the coin is, it doesn't have to be us. It could be a personal trainer. It could be a business coach. It could be a local community. It could be you're struggling with addiction. Your instinct is going to tell you where you need to change and who you need to speak to. And that's it. Okay? You need to get out your head. You need to stop letting people manipulate you. You need to stop letting people define you. If you're losing everything right now, if you're being tested right now, you don't need revenge. Life will do it. God will do it. Okay? I promise you now. You don't need revenge. I do feel like some of yous, you need to start taking your energy protection seriously, because Gemini is powerful, and so the matrix and the powers of the world and these dark magicians and these people who've actively come to destroy people, that's their job. That's the message for Gemini. You need to see the world as it is. It's multi-dimensional. It's not just physical. It's like that person who smiles in your face, but they're having a whole other conversation, and you're reading the conversation that's really going on, not what they're saying out the mouth. You're reading the energy. You can see beyond it. It's the same with the world now. You've got the physical world, but then you've got all the other stuff that's taking place. Angels, demons, all this stuff. I truly believe that. You've got people who look at you and say, I'm going to make sure that this person does not get where they need to go. And you've got these people as active people in your life. This is friends, family, people who want to keep you limited. They want to keep you down. People who drip inside you. Gemini, you know this. You know this. But it's important, and I've just heard that really strongly. You must act in it now. You must do the energy protection. Don't worry about who's doing the work. You just must protect your energy. You must not give time to small minds. You must be honest in yourself, where you're also keeping yourself limited and refusing to change. because your comfort zone is where dreams go to die. I do think a lot of you Gemini, and I feel for you because I've been there, survival mode. When you're in survival mode, you can't think beyond anything else. I heard tarot cards specifically. So some of you have got a person who every day they're reading tarot cards on your life, right? Or this just could be people around you who you tell them stuff, and then they're actively, maybe they're doing it unconsciously, maybe they're doing it deliberately, but they're sending you that type of energy that makes you not win. But you shouldn't fear these people. They're the lowest of the low, the parasites, because winners don't do that. Healthy people don't do that. Demonic people do that. So, Gemini, you've been too much up in your head. That might have created this lack. Or it is creating this lack. Maybe it's creating a lack of money. Maybe it's creating a lack in love. Right? Maybe some of you, what you need to look at is an old partnership. So maybe you was in a relationship in the past, and what this person has said to you has created blocks in your emotional body, and these blocks are what's stopping you from moving towards connection and love. But I feel like the message for Gemini at this time is it's time to get deep. It's time. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about, protect your own world. But there is a message here, because the woman in the world card, she's got a shield. Be careful what you share with the world now. Be careful what you're saying to people. I feel like some of you are lonely, and so you might go overly sharing. See, that's the problem with this Mercury and Gemini. You'll be yapping off. Your mouth will be running. Make sure it's running in the right directions. Gemini is not just anybody. When a Gemini speaks to you, it's an honour. When we give you advice, when we spend time on you, it's an honour. And Gemini, it's time for you to know that now. I was in the middle of a conversation the other day. I was trying to connect with people, and it was these two men, and they both said something to each other, and then they tried to carry on the conversation, and one of them went to speak to me, and I said, no thank you. And he said, oh, what? I said, oh, I'm done. I got up from the table, and he said, oh, what? I said, no, it's okay, I'm done. I got up from the table, I packed my stuff, and I left. And that's it. This is where Gemini needs to be. We're not playing your little games. We're not speaking fake. We're not doing it. We're not interested. Now, we're going to be open to people. We're going to give people the benefit of the doubt. But the minute we see the game you're playing, the minute you're dismissive, or you can't speak with your mouth, you can't tell me what the problem is, we're done. So Gemini needs to keep its openness. It needs to keep its compassion. But do not be afraid of calling motherfuckers right to the face, standing up and being like, I'm done, outright. It shocks these people because they're not used to it, right? They're used to playing all these games and people just carrying on and being quiet. No, we don't care. The good thing about Gemini is it's been so lonely. It's been so betrayed. It's been so deserted. Come and tell me that I need you. We're also not liars and fakes, and we're not for sale. We're not going to sell out for a bit of bag or a bag. We don't care. Gemini came here as divine beings to speak the truth, and it is why we're being attacked relentlessly. It's why they won't stop. Okay? So Gemini, what you're being tested in is an honour. Look at most people. They're not being tested at all, because when you've made deals with the devil, there is nothing to test. You're already is. So they can send the demons and the black witches and all the idiots that they're sending. It's an honour, Gemini. It's an honour. And the world is, you're going to, yes, and I think a Gemini's journey is full of the battle. Maybe we'll never know peace here. Maybe we'll be tested till our last breath. But it's time that Gemini stood back up, sword in hand, right? And let these MFers know who we are. Like, we don't care. They hate that. It kills them inside because they know they ain't won yet. Okay? So, but in general, Gemini needs to go back to basics. Some of you might have been doing the influencer life. You need to go back to a job. You need to humble yourself a little bit. You need to get your money right. You need to, lean on what is predictable now and stable. And then go back and build the career after. Right? I think some Geminis, you just need to be a bit more, I wouldn't say humble. Humble, I feel like, is the wrong word. In fact, I feel like Geminis have been too humble. And I say that with grace. Like, genuinely. I remember someone told me that once. I said, maybe I need to be more humble. And she said, in my opinion, Elisa, you're too humble. And I agree. That's why the world is full of people who are talentless, who they all say the same thing. And they're the people winning. Because the real Slim Shady is not standing up. Okay? So I feel like it's time for, you're not going to war with the world, but you are being honest with yourself about what the world is. You're not crazy, Gemini. It's happening. All the things. Gemini is not stupid. We are tuned in. We are psychic. We have those powers. It's why we're the magician. You're not crazy. The Matrix people and co are trying to gaslight you so you feel like you're crazy. And when you're feeling isolated and when you're feeling vulnerable, the natural instinct is to feel like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I am crazy. You're not crazy. You came here to be the pioneer. You came here to make the changes. You came for you can't sit with us and it's, don't want to. Your conversation is boring anyway. It's all full of performance. It's boring. I don't want to. It's time for the fake friends, the family members, the people who've watched you go through immeasurable amount of suffering and not at your back to know, I don't fuck with you. We are not friends. We are not family. Are you kidding me? No. The other side of the coin is Gemini. I'm not saying you should be alone, but you was born to be alone. The magician stands alone and the people watch the magician. Okay, you will find your people and they'll be ride or dies. They'll never leave you. Not for nothing. No matter who turns against you, no matter what the circumstances are, they will never leave you. But the problem with Gemini is you're negotiating far too much. I feel like that's a strong message, okay? So, I've got other signs to do, so I need to... Do we like the vibe? What are we thinking? Put some comments, let me know. Happy birthday to my gems. I got a week or so till it's my birthday. I'm not going to say how old I am. I'm going to do a Prince. Like Prince said, when we get to a certain age, we don't talk about birthdays and we don't talk about age. I'm 28 and that is it. Okay? Excuse me. Gemini needs to remember who belongs to our catalogue. Marilyn Monroe, Prince, Cillian Murphy. Fuck are you trying to fit in for? Why? Have you seen Cillian Murphy when he's in an interview and everyone's like, yeah, he's just like rolling his eye. He doesn't care. It's like, can we stop, please? Marilyn Monroe, okay, she wasn't perfect, but she's one of the biggest symbols in the world and still is today. Prince. It's time to use your voice. It's time to create. It's time to, and some of you, yes, you're going to get, you're going to, I told you in the pandemic, we're going to go through the fire one by one. I didn't even think about this in my own life. I mean, it's going to be bad. And I spoke those words and wasn't prepared for myself. And, oh my God. But everyone's going to go through the fire. You're just going through it first. All these who are sitting out here with a big mouth, thinking they're all safe, it's coming for them. And I'm not wishing bad on them. But on the same hand, I'm like, some motherfuckers need humbling. They need a taste of their own medicine. You thought it was all fine when other people were going through it. Why should we feel sorry for you now? There's a message that says, when you're the hammer, don't feel sorry for people. They didn't care when you were the nail. Okay? So we're going to finish on a good note. The good note is, I feel like if you can, like I said, Gemini, you're not crazy. It's time to see this world for what it is. It's not linear. It's not simple. I feel like God can do it in no other way. It could also be you do need to humble yourself, which is you have a destiny, a powerful destiny, a divine mission. And because you're all in your head and because you're letting people manipulate you and because you're pandering to your fears, you're not reaching your divine mission. But the problem with you is your divine mission doesn't just affect your life. It affects everybody else whose life you're meant to touch. When you don't create, when you don't sing, when you don't, speak, like... It affects everyone else. So there is a bit of punishment. There is. Okay? Because when God gives you the highest honor, when he says you are the magician, you are the person who stands before the people, you are the person who goes there first, then yes, there will be a little bit of punishment, because God has gave you the highest honor. And I know it's not easy. Some of you need to watch Wonder Woman for the Gemini women, because that bitch is hard. But seriously, that's who you are. You're Wonder Woman, right? You need an alter ego. And some of you, I understand the demonic attacks, and I get it. Me too. Relentless, non-stop. Someone said that to me the other day at Gemini. She was like, Elisa, the relentless, the non-stop. Well, then they fear something. They fear you standing back up. They fear you doing the work. Maybe that's why I don't post sometimes. There's always a problem. There's always a block. We need to stay consistent. We need to make sure that the message we're meant to get out there, or the thing we're meant to do, we do it. Because that's half the goal of the devil and these demonics, to stop us doing it. I'm sick. But I was like, I'm going to get a message to Gemini. I'm going to do it in the nature, like I promised them. Okay? Final message, 7 of Pentacles. Stop trying, 2 of Cups. Stop trying to build with the people who are not your people. Stop trying to connect with people who are not your people. Give up on this relationship that's not right for you. If people are bored of me now, I just end the call. I switch my phone off. I don't care. If I see people playing games, I just call them out. I don't care. See, that's a good thing about when life really puts you through it. You no longer have the bandwidth or the space to care. You don't. And these family members and these friends and these fake colleagues and these fake matrix, that's what they're relying on. They're relying on you won't call them out. You won't speak up. That's what they're relying on. Okay? But I feel like the star, baby. That's the mess. I sound all ghetto because of this voice. Don't say in the comments I sound sexy. I do not. Okay? People have been saying I'm Scottish, I'm Irish. I'm like, okay. So, no offence to the Irish. I'd love the Irish. Scottish too, don't really know them. But the Irish. Okay? The star, one of the people who's really had my back through all of the shit I've been through is an Irish person. An Irish woman. Genuinely. So it really, and this girl is like, she's always there. She can't always help, but when she can, she does, So maybe some of you, that's what some of you Geminis need to do as well. Appreciate the good people in your life, right? Even if they can't help you always, appreciate the fact that they try, okay? Pay attention to those people, right? Because I feel like those people deserve more credit, So the star, though, is you are a star. It's time to heal. Some of you, it's time to go to therapy. If you've got an addiction, it's time to get the addiction. This is just as much for Gemini men as it is for the Gemini women. It's time for you to know your power. Some of you want to be tarot readers. You want to be on the internet. Some of you want to be musicians. It's time, Gemini. And maybe one thing you're going to have to accept, and I'm going to finish with this for you, is you're going to have to take the hits. If you're really, really going to go after your destiny and get what's yours and fulfill your divine mission, that means people are going to attack you. They're going to try to destroy you. They're going to find ways to whatever. And I think it's time now that Gemini said, okay. In other words, you prepare for the betrayals. You don't let them defeat you. You don't allow people to hold you captive with your past and your mistakes and all of this. It's time, Gemini. But the message in here is the divine is saying we know, but you can't have a great mission and not be attacked by the devil. It's like being James Bond and not having an enemy. It's what makes James Bond so fun. It's what makes him so gangster. He's always got the worst type of enemies coming after him. It's the same thing here. Only your enemies are in the shadows. Your enemies are in false friends, family, the matrix system itself, because you just don't stand for that. You're not a sellout. You're too honest. You can't be around fake people. Okay? So think about these things. Like the video, comment. Like I said, I've got an epic endorsement. And this endorsement is a bunch of teachers, psychics, they all do different things. It's in the description box below. You can get free minutes, all of this. You'll see it at the end of this video. So the reason I'm saying this is maybe you want to speak to someone right now. Maybe you're feeling like, yeah, actually, I just want to speak to someone. And you need to go and speak to different teachers to see which one fits with you. It could also be like, I just love Lisa. Who doesn't? Okay? And Elisa's a mess right now, like, but I'm real, so. But seriously, but yous love me for that, because I've always kept it real. There's no fake shit, it's always real, right? Maybe you want to speak to me. There's Divine Messages half price. There's loads of different reads on the website. Go and check it out. Don't take me for granted. I might not always be around. That's another thing we do. We just take the real ones for granted. We take people for granted. It's like, maybe don't do that, Show me some love in the comments. I could really do with it. I've been super sick. Like the video, comment, whatever. I love yous all, gems. I know what yous are going through, and I'm rooting for yous. But I'm also telling yous it's time to stand up. Because we can lie down and keep taking the hits, or we can stand up and let them see it's a mistake, okay? And the best way to do it is classy. The best way to do it is to heal. The best way to do it is to become your full power. Not one would kill these motherfuckers more than if you become your full power. Like, I promise you. The people who left you on your face, the people who had the audacity to call themselves friends at your lowest. What? Say that again? No. Okay? But don't get bitter, get better, okay? And yes, enjoy. Join the membership as well if you want. And last thing I want to say is happy birthday, because I know belated birthday to some who've already had it, and to the upcoming birthday of our gems, because I did the video at the start of June, but I didn't upload it. But I'm going to upload those videos now to membership. So if you want to check the membership, it's a price of a cup of coffee. You can support me and you can watch these old videos. I'll speak to you soon.
Hi everyone, welcome to a quick sponsor. So I've partnered with Psychic Source, and this is an amazing platform. So they only hire 2% of psychics, which means everybody on this platform is very good at what they do, and they've done over 10 million readings. So YouTube Tarot is great, and TikTok, but if you're looking to speak to somebody directly and quickly, then this is what you want to be doing. They're doing deals at this time. If you sign up in the link below, you get 10 minutes for 30 minutes, you get 5 minutes for 20 minutes, I hope I'm saying this correctly, and you get 3 minutes for 10 minutes. So you get 3 minutes and you can try different psychics and test it for yourself. But it's just an amazing platform if you want to speak to honest, really, really good people. In other words, you can see here, they're just normal people. Just normal, cool people. There's men, there's women. They do phone reads, they do chat reads, they do video reads, which is awesome because it's what you feel comfortable with. So maybe you don't want to speak to someone face to face, but you'd like to call somebody. It's for men, it's for women, it's for everybody. So check it out in the description box below. I'm very picky. People know this. They've known me for a long time. I'm very careful with who I endorse, but I do believe that this is a great platform. It's been featured in the news. It's awesome. So check it out in the description box below.